Hello. Welcome back to ABI-DOS. Yeah, last episode we had a pretty interesting nav controller, made a pretty good machine after that. This time we're going to move on to Signal Clamper. And that will be the last of the first page, which is pretty cool. Will it unlock this? No, this requires 32 segments. So after this and then the next one, we'll get to this segment over here. Alright, well, let's just go. Signal Clamper. Let's see what Signal Clamper is about. Okay, dealing with signals again. This program dynamically clamps the value of a signal. No idea what that means. Start sending S0 to S5. Okay. Only when S1 is active, clamp the lowest value of S0 to that value. Only when S2 is active, clamp the highest value of S0 to that value. Clamp? What? The basal value of both S1 and S2 is 0. The value of S1 will never be higher than the value of S2. What? I don't even know what they're trying to ask me here. Alright, let's try and analyze this. Only when S1 is active. Only when. Only when. So when they're both active, what, nothing happens? Only when S1 is active, clamp the lowest value of S0 to that value. Ah, so make it so that S0 is only what? So that, wait, only when S1 is active, clamp the lowest value of S0 to that value. So lowest value of this will be a 40, so nothing can ever go below 40 when S1 is active only. When S2 is active, clamp to kind of the highest value of S0 to that. So when only S2 is active, you cannot go above 59. So these are all 62, right? But because you're 59, we get 59s back. It's really interesting, but isn't S1 also active here? And they're both active, right? So why is there clamping done from 62 to 59 for this? I don't know. And then here we have 62 again, but this is 41. Oh, these will still say it's 62 because for S1 you can't go below it. Okay. This one. Alright, I want to see again. This is 36 and 51 here, right? Here we have 76. So S2 acts as a maximum and S1 acts as a minimum. Meaning that for 76 you'll be at 51. Good. At 22, this is 36. This is 51, so you'll be at 36. Okay. I guess these don't mean only when S1 is active. I guess it only means when S1 is active at all. It doesn't mean when S1 is active and S2 is not. I guess if you do mean that, it's when S1 only is active. But only when S1 is active means that taking S1 as its own thing when it is active, then okay, yeah, then for S2 the same thing. So basically the value of S0 can never go above can never go outside of the bounds of these values unless they're inactive or unless they're 0. And S1 will never be higher than S2. Yes, that makes sense because S1 is dictating a minimum while S2 is dictating a maximum. So S1 can never be higher than S2. But interestingly, I assume that means they can be the same. I gotta remove all these breakpoints. I was trying to indicate here. I guess these breakpoints I should have used as pointers like a long time ago. Anyway, we don't have any more new characters, but we do need to do some cool new stuff here. So S2 to S5 is definitely just something. We just have to do that. So to check for activeness, we just check for 0, right? A 0 can never be active, is what you're saying. Yeah, I suppose so. We can say that. Ooh, wait. Yeah, no, we can perhaps assume that S0 is never 0. And therefore, in this case, if S1 were to be 0 and active, it wouldn't do anything at all, so it's counted as inactive. And S2, well, yeah, S2 just can't be active. We will assume that zeros are all inactive. Let's assume that. So to check for activeness, you simply check for non-zeros. Okay. So now, So I can't compare two values, can I? I can, using a subtractor. using a times minus. A subtractor is to multiply something by -1 and then summing them. Okay. So what I would like to do is first check for S1's activeness. If S1 is active, then we compare S0 and S1 and therefore take the higher value. Sorry, the higher value, because S1 is a minimum. Right? If S0 is higher than S1, then we'll take S0. Otherwise, we'll take S1. Then, that value will be calculated against S2 if S2 is active. If S2 is active, so we calculate S2 to be more than 0, we then compare them again and we send out the lower value. So let's think about the ways that we could have things happen. If S0 was lower than S1, then the first step will take S1, and because S1 is always lower than S2, when S1 is compared with S2 next, because we know S1 will be what comes out, S1 will be compared with S2. Wait a minute, no, if they are both active. Okay, yeah, they're both active, it still works, right? If they're both active, then the higher value will be compared with S2, and then you'll take 59. So alright, let's think about this again. Let's assume both are active for our sake. Yeah, okay, this area over here is very good for testing our idea. First, 22 and 36 are compared, and then we'll take the value that is bigger, because that's what's the minimum. So we'll take 36. Then we'll compare that with 51 from S2. And then we'll take the smaller value, because S2 is a minimum, in which case we get 36. 36. In the other case where S0 is bigger than both of them, which is this case over here, we first compare 76 and 36 and take the bigger value because S1 is the minimum. So 76 comes out. Then we compare that with S2 and then take the smaller value, which is 51. So 51 should come out. Okay, good. If they are both on 49, 59, 62. So I need to find one where they're both on and S0 is in the center. 51, 47, 58, 39, 52, 56. No, it still isn't it. 36, 52. No. Can I not find one where there's okay, this works. This area over here. Here S1 is 48, S2 61, and S0 is 52. So 52 is in between them and they're both active. What happens in this case is they will first check and take the bigger value, so 52 is taken. Then they'll be checked to 61, take the smaller value. In this case, 52 is still taken, and so the output is 52. Okay, good. We understand the problem. We understand exactly what we should be doing. Let's review this again. If I could write this down, it would be much easier for me. Let me see if I can write down the line of code that we need. First, check if S1 is active. Then if active, then compare S1 and S2 and S0. And then we have to retrieve the bigger value. Okay. And otherwise, we simply just take S0. Because S1 is not active, so it doesn't do anything to the value, it doesn't clamp anything. Right, you can see here, when they're both off, you just take the value of S0 itself. Next, take that output, and then check S2 for its activeness. If active, then compare S2 and output. And then retrieve the smaller value, because S2 is the minimum. Otherwise, just take the result and send it out. Okay, that is our plan. Let's try and build that. So I do think we need a pretty long line over here. We can always set S0 to be semi-active, so we can, we can always check S1 and S2 concurrently first. I need to find a setup that works for both of them. Okay, so S1. S1 first we need, actually for both of them, we need to check for a non-zero. Let's check for non, did I just put down a definer? Check for non-zero. If valid, then they are active. Then we can send them out. Actually, these things turn right by default, right? Okay, let's do this then. If they turn right by default, then turning left will be their non-default. And then, you know, if so, we'll just destroy them. And so these are what comes out for both of them. Whoa, oh, I didn't link them, right? I did not connect. So 40 goes up, 0 goes down, indicating that 1 is active and 2 is not. If 1 is active, then what? If 1 is active, we compare S1 and S0, and we can create a comparator. In fact, if I went out, there is literally a level here that says comparator somewhere, which uses this times -1 method as a subtractor, and then checks for 0. So this checks if the values are the same. Here we're checking for more than or less than 0, which checks for which value is bigger or smaller. So same thing, comparator. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I would like to multiply this by 0 because it spends less time doing things, right? When it initially starts, it spends less time. The issue is, if it did so, if I were to retrieve this back out, it would get a negative value, which I don't like. I want a positive value. Which means that it is more efficient to make this one, the S1 to be negative, because we're not going to use that value at all. Well, that is unless it is the one that's taken, right? So actually both are taken, it doesn't really matter then. Okay, first, we can actually connect this to a conveyor here, right? This is the else value. So first, if active, we'll trigger this to send this out. If inactive, we'll just send it forward. Okay? So this will be active and sends it out. Sorry, I'm gonna do this. Alright. So if this happens, it'll send it out. Otherwise, for this, let's do this. Actually, I want to make this one time, like one cycle once. Of course, it wouldn't work with this. However, if we made it so that we only take out 2 from here and make this semi-active, then we can do the same thing here, right? Yes, and then this will be active. So, yes. Okay, we can start with that. I can do the same with S1 to sort of standardize things a little bit. So we will take one at, make you semi-active as well. So this will do both checking. Yes. Okay. And so if this happens, it will just send this out. Okay. So of course, what I can do is I can make space downwards. I don't want to make space downwards because the result when they are compared with each other should be the one that's that sends them close to each other. So this will send them closer to each other. No. Wait. Oh, this is the comparator line. I should make it the opposite, right? This is the comparator line. Yes. And then is this correct? And then this is the non-comparator line. Okay. So comparator line, non-comparator line. Good. Okay. So how to do this comparator value? We don't have much space, but I have lengthened this line just a little bit, so maybe we're fine here. What I want to do is, well, I could connect them to the same line, right? I could multiply this by -1. Wait, but I need to keep the values, right? So I need a duplicator in this case. This is going to take up quite a lot of space then. The comparator line isn't the best, yeah, because these values are going to have to... Ooh, okay, I don't think this is a coding problem. This is a sort of topology problem where I can't get the bits to sort of like, I have to get the bits to like jump over each other. So how are we gonna fix the topology of this issue then? Because what I want to do is at this point, you have these two things that can compare with each other, right? The output is 40 because we take the bigger of the two values. Now, how do we ensure 40 is kept somewhere? Or how do we ensure the bigger is kept somewhere? We need copies of each. Because if we just sum them together, we'll get a 10 or negative 10. And, you know, that's not gonna work, right? We need copies of both. So I need a way to produce copies that will... Okay, I can do that. We can produce a copy like this. That's a copy for the bottom one. And the copy for the top one, I can actually very easily just... Well, it's gonna take a while. I can do this and create the copy like that. This one is going to be the one that connects to both of them. Okay, I can have the... Okay. The summation can occur here, I think. Okay. So let's say the summation occurs here. This is where the second duplicator is. These are... Okay, let's get rid of all the wires first. I gotta make sure I get the icons right. These happen, the duplicator does this, and then they merge. I can have a conveyor push them out together if we want to check for the same value. And then we check for positive or negative. Oops, I was looking for a red wire. So they will merge here, and you have two outputs of this value. And this is actually... Well, this is not that big, so I'm okay with that. If this takes up less than half the value, half the space, then we're good. Let's take the rest and destroy it first, because we can just copy whatever comes out here with the next one. Now, how are we going to use this? Also, this should also result in a destroyer if found to be right. Oh, the other way around. Yeah, like that. So if found to be 0, it will go into here. Honestly, I could do the opposite by just having this check for 0 and then making this inactive, but I think the point still stands. It's the exact same thing. So 70, obviously not good, but what I can do is I can multiply one of these by -1. Actually, this is good. The multiplication happens after duplication, so the outputs for both of them still remain positive. It's just that this is the only thing that becomes negative. And now we check. So, okay, this is now something to think about. We check for either positive or negative. Because the value will... Okay, if 0, it doesn't matter which we take, correct? Because they're the same value. Which means that whatever happens when there's 0, as long as one thing comes out, we're good. If they are different, what is a positive result that I want? Well, I mean, it really doesn't matter. Whatever arbitrary choice we choose first, we can cause everything else to occur as a result of that. So we are going to choose... I want a positive result to be S0 to be... Yeah, let's say for to make it systematic, I want S0's positive result. I want a positive result to be when S0's gets picked. In this case, S0 is a negative result because S0 is smaller. So a negative result occurs when there is no transition state B. Therefore, there should be no transition state B when a positive result comes out, which means we're checking for a less than 0. There you go. And... okay. And this less than 0 will occur at the same time as... Let's lengthen all these so we can see where it's going where. After this check, we can just dump it, because we only need to check this once. So this will occur at the same time as both these and these. See, the issue with this now is that they're so far apart. How do I... whichever is the same... Okay, well, I can always align them to a vertical line that, you know, transports them to the second test, right? And I could just copy the test down here. Okay, so, sure. This is positive, which means this is selected. If it checks for negative... Okay, this checks for negative, right? So... Okay, this can go here. Okay, we can actually push all of these into a... Yeah, okay, I like this. I like the fact that we can do this. They all get transported to the same destroyer. If this is negative, this... If this is negative... Sorry. If this is positive, aka a negative result, this should be transported in. Otherwise, this is the one. Okay, so this has to be inactive first. And then we can link them both. Okay. So in this case, 40 will come out. Because the 30 gets in, the 40 comes out. I'm sorry if I'm not enunciating this very well, but the 40 comes out, the bigger value comes out. For the test 2, for S2 we just do the opposite. And of course, because we're not timing S2 to come out anytime soon, we can simply have them all do this. They'll all turn right, is that correct? We'll just check with this 40 first. Yeah, it's gonna turn right, so all of them will go down here. And then we'll repeat the test. Now of course, we can call S2 to come out a lot earlier. We can call S2 to come out like right here. This is where everything will eventually hit. So regardless of what comes out, this will be hit by something. 2 will come out. And now I can repeat the test here. Honestly, if this is just flipped down here, it'll be good. Right? I can definitely make it a lot more non-symmetrical, but yeah, this uses five rows. Okay, so it might be a little bit of an issue to just copy and paste. I want to find a way to copy this machine like again down here as efficiently as possible. But because there's no space down here, we have to do it by hand, I think. Okay, so first step, 2 have to go through a non-zero checker. Okay, let's build the machine first and then see how we can fit it in. This non-machine checker will result in a conveyor. Alright, and this conveyor can split into 2 directions, this and this. The initial will just send it out to the exit. Oh, this is a conveyor. This is not this is not a triggerable one. There you go. So that's the exit. Let's tentatively put the exit here, because this should directly go to the exit if S2 is not active. So we already built the machine, we just have to copy it. Otherwise, this will happen. And so this is where okay. So otherwise, a duplication will occur. The duplication should send a normal bit towards the exit. The other one will go to a -1 ifier. And then they will merge over here. As for S2, we can just build the machine around this idea. Do the same thing here, basically. So this can go here. Okay, a duplicator needs to occur. So we can in fact have another conveyor down here that leads to a trash. Then the conveyor will merge here. This has to be a duplicator. Alright, and we basically build the same machine as up top. Right? After the 40 comes out. What? Oh yeah, because it's 0, so... wait. Oh, wait, what? Wait. Did these not check with each other? Wait, what? Oh. Oh, it should be the other way around. It should be this way. Yes. I just copied the color because I didn't realize that in this case, turning is the result when you get inactive. In this case, going straight is the result when you get active. It should be flipped. So now we could be fine. Yes, okay. And this 40 will just come as the output. Okay. And basically we just do the exact same as what we did here. Okay. We can do that. Copy, copy, copy. See, the issue now is over here. Over here, there's like not a lot of space. So we sort of have to be a bit further away. This has to be out here or something like that. It's fine. We can still build around this first. Let's copy this. Oh, no, sorry. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to use a wire. Copy that. Regular goes here. And these will both come out into the output like here. Of course, this needs to be fixed. Either that or this is pushed over. I can push the entire thing over, to be fully honest, but should I do that? Should I push the entire thing over? I guess I can. Push everything over. This all will be pushed over. We'll get a bunch of wires coming out. There'll be a lot of empty space, but it should be fine. There you go. Is this turning right? It is turning right. And this is our final machine. Right? So first we check for this. Oh, this should be flipped though. This shouldn't be less than 0. It should be more than 0. Because we're going for the smaller value in this case. There you go. So, however, if they're both equal, what happens? Well, if they're both equal, then one of them will come out. This will check for... This will become either positive or... This will become either a positive or negative result. It won't be both. So in either case, one of them will be picked up. I don't really care which, but one of them will. But anyway, here you get a... Yeah. Of course, at the very end, you're going to need to have... You're going to need to have an output from 0 again. Okay. Of course, we need one from both sides as well. Ah, what if I made it faster by having it be a lot earlier? Such as here. The test can actually be conducted really fast because these are two separate machines. In fact, how fast can this test be conducted? Can this test be conducted... See, because the maximum delay in between any two triggers is 1 space, the time between this and the next thing coming out should only ever be just 2, right? Otherwise, everything is working on a 1-to-1 cycle. A 1-cycle machine. Will they ever? Yes, they may accidentally mix, I think. You can see that this path and this path doesn't necessarily take an equal number of steps, I think. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Wait, why is this 7? Shouldn't it be 8? 1, 2, 3. Wow, what? Oh, okay. So, no. Firstly, this is an offset of 1. Secondly, this is 2 shorter, so it is a 7. Which means there will be possibly unwanted merges with a delay of up to 3. I do think that means that we can actually make it a lot earlier. Just how early can I make it is the question. We always have things coming out here or here. It's one of the two, which means that it's possible I can just do this and this. The next thing can come out already. Okay. This is as early as I can get. But the question is, will anything go wrong? Yes. Okay. Something goes wrong here. So will there be an unnecessary merge? Or is something else the issue? Wait, is it down here? 62. Yeah, what is this value supposed to be? 59. Why is 62 chosen? Because I searched for the bigger one here. Oh. Should I have searched for the smaller one then? Should I flip these guys? Wait, 62 still comes out. Wait, hold on. Oh, because I didn't connect these guys to the ends. Oops. That is my mistake. Is this right now? 62 still comes out. Right, because I flipped this again. The flipping was bad. Now? Yes, but where's the 59? Oh, what? Wait. 59... Why does 59 go down? Oh, because he's unconnected. Jeez, my machine is so broken. Yeah, now the 59 comes out. Okay. Is there a problem now? Yes. Why is this? Wait, 59? This is supposed to be a 62? What? 59 comes out, then 62. Wait, okay, hold on. Let me just rewatch this first. 59 comes out, then 62 comes out. 59, 62. Oh, this will be 59? Oh, this is way earlier. Oh, that's the issue. This comes after this, because this takes a much longer path. This should be a lot later. Okay, I was gonna say, why not we just make it vertical then? That would offset everything, right? It would make things a lot more disastrous as well, because now the directions are messed up. I can add a singular thing to fix it, but this might still not work. See, 59 now comes first before the 62. Okay. The 62, 62, yes. It looks like it. Cool. And it looks like we don't have any issues with this either. Probably the reason why is because there's exactly 3 steps here, and here there's more than 3 steps. So in every case you get a delay of either 3 or more, which will offset any possible merging issues here. Actually, is that true? I don't think it's true, but if something goes wrong, something went wrong. In fact, it's not even in this test case. What test case is it? Test 3. Okay, what's going wrong here? Somewhere here, right? Jeez. Okay. What went wrong? Is there an unnecessary merge? 45, 45, 45, 24. 24 now comes out earlier. Right, is that the issue? Wait, what? Is the sun 0? Where did that come from? Okay. Yeah, okay, these two things are very close together. That's why when this 65 and 0 come together... again, I said, there must be a delay of a lot more than... Okay, well, if I did this, would that fix the problem? If I made it a lot less... 0? What the heck? What is it? What? Where is the 65? There it is. Alright, now they're far enough apart. Does that still cause issues? Fixes it. Alright, so I was in fact correct when I thought that these were not far enough in front of this. But now it should be good. Right? Yes. Cool. This is a very big machine, but like, you know what, I'll take it. Nice. That wouldn't take too long. Okay, cool. It's also a very massive machine, but it's somewhat modular in the fact that you have this the same idea working here. In fact, you can have as many of these S1s and S2s as you want, doing different things, and this should technically work. It's just 2 comparators put together. Okay, nice. That is 31. Question is, can I... No, this is... Okay, I need to go one more. Yeah, oscillator. Okay. Can I go for one more? I might be able to go for one more. I don't know if I can though. I guess we might just look at it. Sure. Was this... Wait, was the previous one on S0? It was on S0. Why is this next one set to S1 by default? I don't know. Alright, anyway. I could just end the episode here, honestly. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. Like, it's 33 minutes is good enough. Yeah, alright. I have decided. I will end the episode here. One level per episode seems good enough. So, yay, first page, fully cleared. I don't know how you clear the sandbox, but it looks cleared enough to me. So next episode we'll move on to the second page and we'll see if things get really tough from there. Okay, yeah, I guess, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.